Mr. Chairman, I believe that we should engage proactively and employ quiet diplomacy as an effective tool for assisting member states to resolve disputes before they evolve into larger conflicts. I believe that the elected officials of this organization have a responsibility and an obligation to engage governments and the broad spectrum of actors within the framework of existing instruments. That process of engagement is essential so that we can be fully responsive to the political body as it takes informed decisions in situations of challenge or crisis. In this context, if the organization is to be able to respond in a decisive way to the challenges we face, the future requires a strong and enhanced OAS. Within the existing framework of our adopted principles and values, the OAS of the 21st century must become more adept in responding to the evolving marketplace of ideas, new styles of leadership, the changing needs and priorities of member states. At the core of our new thinking must be the emphasis on people, the citizens of the Americas. I propose, therefore, that we place new and greater emphasis on multilateralism, building and strengthening partnerships with regional and international institutions, as well as permanent observers. As we continue to strengthen the OAS, we must also revitalize the inter-American system and strengthen the collaboration between its principal institutions. However, to do this, genuine cooperation must form the basis of our hemispheric integration and development process. As I said in 2005, when I first ran for office, and I will quote, "The financial difficulties that the OAS is encountering right now in 2005 require urgent and special attention and deserve a permanent and satisfactory solution sooner rather than later." That was almost 5 years ago. That requirement is even more urgent today. Several options can be presented and discussed, including a review of the existing quota system, sourcing more funds from other participants in the OAS towards special or dedicated funds, and from those countries and organizations willing to finance the implementation of shared principles and objectives. And in my view, creativity, but also bold decisions and partnership will be required to achieve success. I also believe that it is time to broaden and deepen the organization's network of partners. Going forward, we need to work more closely with sub-regional groups, civil society, and the private sector. I am pleased to say that during the last 5 years, through steadfast commitment and support from the political bodies, we have succeeded in bringing the OAS closer to the peoples of the Americas. During this term, we have worked closely with member states to expand the organization's global outreach. The Columbus Memorial Library's participation in the World Digital Library has opened up a new line of communication, making the important deliberations, decisions, and the history of the OAS more readily available to millions of people who regularly access this site. OAS country offices must also play an important role in the organization's outreach efforts. Over the last 5 years, we have worked hard to strengthen the OAS's representational profile. This revitalization process began in 2006 with the bringing together of all OAS representatives to exchange information, develop a coherent strategy, and provide policy direction. This was the first such a meeting in over 18 years. And I'm pleased to report that we also initiated a process of rotation to promote the highest quality of performance and delivery to member states. In that regard, I believe that our stewardship of the organization's resources and our citizens' trust is critical. Even before the economic crisis, my office began a process of streamlining. I felt then, and I am even more convinced now, that we could improve service delivery to member states. We began a process to modernize services and to utilize technology more extensively for meetings of the political body and for regular communication. That process, launched in 2007, has resulted in cost savings through reduced travel and increased productivity. Just as important, we have democratized access and brought the OAS to the people. Through the use of new technologies, citizens of the Americas have a greater access to the organization and can now participate live in meetings taking place in Washington while they remain in their home countries. At the same time, we have succeeded in realizing significant cost savings by advancing a technology-based green approach to meeting management. In fact, the Secretariat has reduced paper use by over 75%. If I'm given the chance to serve again, I'm committed to delivering fully green meetings by 2013. Mr. Chairman, distinguished representatives, let me close by reiterating that if given the opportunity to serve again, I will fully rededicate myself to this organization, its member states, the staff who serve this organization, and the hemispheric village of citizens. And as we move forward, in my view, the OAS must retain the dynamism, insight, and the capacity to evolve with changing times without losing sight of its core values. It will be particularly important for the OAS to preserve its political and institutional integrity through political resolve and action, as well as operational efficiency. And I am fully committed to a united hemisphere in which all member states can work together to advance the development of our peoples. Mr. Chairman, members of the Permanent Council, I look forward to receiving your support and endorsement. I have the experience, the commitment and the vision to help take this organization into the future and work under your guidance to further strengthen the inter-American system. I thank you very much for your attention this afternoon, and I look forward to the opportunity to continue to serve the governments and the people of the Americas.